What is up, guys, and welcome to Topic Tuesdays. So for you guys who haven't seen the first episode of Topic Tuesdays, it's me talking about a topic that I find interesting or that you guys have suggested down in the comments below. So today's topic will be about mental illness, and this is a really hard video for me to do because it lies pretty close to me or to my heart.
Gay!
So the reason why I'm doing this video, if I didn't already say that, is because I want to share my experience and my thoughts in order to help someone out there who is dealing with the same kinds of stuff or have dealt with the same stuff as I do to relate to it, as well as like if you have a friend or a family member who is dealing with this, to get a new perspective of how it actually is to deal with depression and anger issues. If you guys are really dealing with really bad depression or any kind of like mental illness, seek expert help, because I'm not an expert at this. Go to a doctor or a therapist. I'm just sharing my experience and my thoughts on this topic. I never actually gotten a diagnosis for anything of this. It's just something that I want to share, or like my experience and thoughts. Depression is something you can't really define just because it's different from person to person. So the first thing I want to talk about is depression, and this is the thing that I've dealt with the most, and I've dealt with this since I was 10 years old, when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. At the time being, I was getting like these thoughts about what is the meaning of life, and at the time being I didn't find any reason or like any understanding of it. So for some reason I got pretty depressed and pretty low, and what helped me cope with it at the time being was being alone a lot, playing video games, as well as watching TV and eating a lot of food, because it was like making me happy just to do all these kinds of stuff, especially like playing video games, because I was pretty good at it as a kid. As time went on, I hit puberty, and I was pretty chubby as a kid, and when I hit puberty I got pretty skinny because, you know, you grow and stuff, and I started training parkour, and I got a new perspective of life and how it was, and I didn't feel the depression for a couple of years, and I didn't think about it as much. It still was there in like episodes, but training helped me cope with it in a way that I've never coped with it before. So I was actually feeling pretty good about myself. For some reason I stopped in high school. I injured myself and I couldn't train anymore. At the time being I was in a really depressive state, so when I came home from school, I was always having like these dark thoughts, and I went back to the things I did as a child, where I like played video games and watched TV, and also I started to eat a lot of junk food, and that's when it all went like kind of like wrong, because I wasn't really happy in the situation that I was in. Friends I had since childhood started drinking, so of course I started drinking. So I was drinking way too much, and I was in a really dark place where I couldn't control it, because the only time being I was actually happy when I now couldn't train was drinking a lot of alcohol. And it wasn't really happiness, but it was like me stop thinking about the depression. So I really didn't think that I would get out of high school, just because the depression was so bad at some times. I promised myself that if I would ever like get out of high school and like make it, I would like get my shit together and try to do something that I'm passionate about, and like enjoy life a lot more, and try to get back to training and stop drinking, just because it helped me feel so much better about myself than just coping with it in a bad way, because alcohol is very destructive, as well as other kinds of like drugs and stuff. So I really just wanted to be happy with myself, my body, and everything else around it. And that's when I found kind of like training again. I started doing running and just bodyweight exercises until I found bodybuilding again. Before high school I was in the gym a lot, but I did actually come back to it as I grew older, and I've been training since, 2 years now, bodybuilding, and I couldn't be more passionate about anything else, and I have never been so passionate about anything else. What helped me realize that life is worth living is my family, my friends, seeing new things, countries, different cultures, foods, meeting new people, It's stuff that I want to experience because I found that life is so much worth living, even if it doesn't feel at the time being, when you're surrounded by either like bad group of friends or your family is not friendly to you or whatever it is. There's always people out there in the world that will appreciate you for what you are and just want the best for you. So try to surround yourself around people who really like you for what you are. Second topic point I want to talk about is anger issues. And I've had anger issues ever since I was a kid, where I had problems controlling my anger, where I get super angry quite easy. I don't often get angry at people, it's more of like the little things. Something can just be not the way that you want it to be, and I get easily angry and I punch stuff or objects. I never like hurt people. So what helps me the most is going to the gym, working out, and just letting go of all my emotions and putting all those emotions into actions. Lifting that weight, doing that squat or whatever it is. It helps me so much that I can't really describe how much bodybuilding has helped me. So try to find a passion that you're passionate about and pursue it, no matter what other people say to you. And another thing is try to talk about it to someone out there, maybe a therapist, a family member, or a friend that you are really close to. If you guys are in a bad situation, try to get out of it, and if you can't, you just have to try to survive it in some way and try to make it to a better place, meet other new people, because there is always someone out there who appreciates you for what you are. So this was a really hard video for me to make, but I hope you guys at least enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys either on Flex Friday or Food Friday. Peace out!